Hi everyone, my name's Daniela and welcome to my channel. On this channel we do crafts and cocktails and we call it Crafting with a Cocktail. I'm really excited if you're here. If you're new, I really hope you stay and subscribe, and if you've already been here, I'm even more grateful for you. Today is special because I am filming at my aunt's house in Oklahoma and I'm also participating in the Twine It Up Challenge. I'm really excited to tell you all about it. Right before we get in, today's cocktail is a little bit different. This is a home brew by my Uncle Bob. So this is Uncle Bob's special 4th of July brew. And he said similar to a Heinz 57, whatever that means. I don't know beer. So let's get into crafting. Cheers! We're starting with this set of trivets that you can use to put warm things on the table, or you can display them on a little easel or wire rack as art. I don't know what it's called, but you know, that wired easel display thing, whatever you want. I got these on clearance for 50 cents at Walmart, and all I'm doing is removing the tag, and then I'm taking this really wonderful metallic gold marker that I get at Walmart. And this one happens to be an older one, so it's dying. So I'm kind of just pressing some of that gold juice onto that little label there when I need to. But I'm just creating designs with it, essentially. You can create whatever design you want. These are just the ones that I chose to go with. And later on, I do add some more detail to the tan-looking one. When you're done making your designs, you can take your hot glue and some thick jute cord or twine and just start creating that inner area where we're just going to wrap and wrap and wrap it around until we hit the center. Being careful, because if you love to burn yourself, this project is for you. Please use those finger protectors. I don't know where mine went, and I thought I packed them, but apparently not. So yeah, please be careful during this process. And you're going to do the same exact thing to both of them. Here you can see I am finishing up the center of my piece, and when this is done, I do go back in with my gold marker again and just create little designs in pairs of 2 little diagonal lines across the border of this particular tray, which I didn't add in the beginning, but it just felt a little bit too plain, so I add that part here. This is my favorite part. I am taking a match. I would normally use a lighter. Apparently my aunt and uncle don't own any lighters. And so I'm just using matches, and this is where I'm just holding it up to my trivet and burning all those little tiny shreds of twine or extra glue. Sorry that it's a bit off camera, but you get the idea. This part is, for some reason, strangely satisfying. Then I'm using an adhesive cork sheet that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I am too lazy to measure the back, so I'm kind of trying to figure it out as I go here. And anyways, I cut down 2 sheets of cork down to size so that they'll fit the back of my trivets. Because again, in my mind, these were originally to put warm things out on the table, but my aunt also displayed them, which you'll see in a picture, and it looks really good also just kind of standing up as an art piece on its own as well. But basically, these are so easy, you just stick them to the back. And here is a mini run through of the process again. So here is a much better shot of me using the matches again to get rid of some of those little tiny shreds. Just be really careful. I did learn in the process of using the hot glue gun and this, well, actually not really the match, mostly the hot glue gun, that the fake leather on these does melt a bit. So again, if you are using these for like something to put something warm on, make sure it is warm, not hot, not boiling, not burning, just warm. I think these turned out really, really cool actually. I love that they each have their own unique pattern and they could have multiple different uses. So let me know what you guys think or what you would use them for in the comments down below. Alright friends, like I said earlier, today is part of the Twine It Up challenge, which is a monthly challenge hosted by Creations by Favi. I'll leave her information linked in my description, and every month she just wants to challenge people to create things with twine as one of the main ingredients per se, or crafting materials. So I'm excited to be participating this month. I'll also leave the playlist down below so you can see what everyone else created, and this month is co-hosted by DIY at the Showman's Nest, and I will leave her information in there as well. I hope you guys enjoy the playlist and the rest of these DIYs. This is a Boho Glam redone or upcycled wine bottle, and it is so easy to make and yet so gorgeous. I am just taking a wine bottle that I left in warm water for a while to get the label off, and then I'm just wrapping, I think, 3 rows of twine around the bottom of it. Then I am gluing some around the top. Now, I only go 1 full circle around the top, and then I kind of eyeball or kind of measure out how 3 loops would look, again, just to match the bottom. But I cut it and I do not fully glue those because I want them to cover the strands that I'm going to glue next. So I pre-cut these, I believe there are 8 of them, to the size that I wanted them to be, and I am just going to start gluing them at a diagonal. I am gluing them from the top to the bottom. I'm trying to make it fit as best I can, and I can always snip off the extras later, but I'm putting them 4 at a diagonal going one way, and then I'm going to turn around and put them at a diagonal going the other way so they form a crisscross pattern. Yes, I'm aware now that I'm voiceovering that this angle is poop. It will get better, I promise. Sorry. Now I'm going back to that I'm going back to the original jute cord that I left on top, and I'm wrapping it around. So the reason I left this is now it can cover up the seams of those other strings that I did before. Yes, I'm aware I didn't do that on the bottom, but because I didn't think of that until afterwards. So I just made it work and it looks great. So don't worry, if you do this, just do it this way for both ends. Once you've got all that squared away, comes the fun part again. I am using matches to get all the little frayed parts and the little glues and making it look a lot cleaner. So I bought this really pretty string of pearls and lights at Dollar General. I can't remember how much it was, but the problem is it has a really fat battery pack instead of the cork one that I've used in other videos. So I just kind of glue it to the backside and wrap the whole thing in jute or twine or whatever you want to call it, and hope that no one sees it. It's actually not that noticeable if you're looking at it straight on. And I didn't end up putting a top on this bottle, but you definitely could. I'm just in debate of whether I want to do that, depending on if I keep the pearls in there or not. And I'm talking long term. Like, I really love that this turned out, but then I'm like, well, if I want to reuse them and they're glued in there forever, I don't want them to be stuck. So for now, I just left it uncapped at the top, and that way I can reuse it if I want to. And if I choose to leave it like this permanently, I will totally make a little twine cap for it. When you're done gluing, all you have to do is give it a little trim at the top. I didn't want to use fire with battery. I don't know how that would work. So this is what it looks like with the lights on and off, and I think it looks absolutely stunning. I love this cross of styles with the boho and the glam. I really enjoyed this project, even though it was so simple. I just think it has such a stunning look to it. Here's another peek at what this beautiful project looks like. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, friends, just popping in one last time to again say cheers. Thanks for being here. And if you like this video, you love me, my DIYs, whatever it is, don't forget to like and subscribe. These are stunning. I'm obsessed with how these little glam faux candles turned out. These are the ones that are like fancy faux candles because they actually feel like wax, or maybe they're made from it. I don't know. It really feels like wax. Like, it's soft. It's got like a funky texture to it. You can scratch it if you needed to. But yeah, I'm using some glitzy as I do this, I'm just ribbon making sure to accommodate some around all three of these of the ribbon to each size of the candle, and I'm just using hot glue to adhere them all together. I realized after I did this one that wasn't the tallest one, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of ribbon. So I do end up fixing it, don't worry, but just adjust to the size of each one so you're not overwhelming each candle with the mesh glamoury, glitzy, glitter, whatever gold ribbon. And of course, you can adjust this to whatever ribbon you have at home. Next, I'm taking some more of my jute cord or twine and I'm wrapping it around the bottom of the smallest candle and the tallest candle. And then for the middle candle, I just put it in the middle just for a little bit of variety. I think it added a nice touch to this set. Just make sure you're hot gluing along the way so nothing gets unraveled or becomes uneven or anything like that. So you'll see that every time I make a turn, or sometimes even just a half turn, I'm adding a little bit of glue to hold it all together. By the way, these candles were from Hobby Lobby. If I find ones that are similar, I will link them in the description below if I can find some online. Just so you know, I did end up leaving little red tabs in there. These candles were originally my aunt's, so I left them in there in case she did or did not want to light them, or if she wanted to remove all the decorations I added or whatnot. I was just trying to be respectful in that way. So that's why you see the little red tags still in there instead of pulling them out and lighting them. Then she gave me these like clusters of rhinestones that have a sticky back, but I didn't think the sticky back would be quite enough for it to stick to our twine. So I'm cutting it into little sections that I think would look pretty as accents. I'm being mindful of making sure that they're like in a balanced shape or that they're flowing in a certain direction or whatever, and then just adding them to the center of my candles. I adhere them with just a little bit of hot glue, again, just because I don't know that I trust just the adhesive backing to stick to something so coarse and hairy like the jute cord. Other than that, that's pretty much our last step for this DIY. I think they turned out absolutely beautiful. Again, tying that kind of boho and glam look. I guess this whole video is kind of boho and glam all at once, to be honest. I'm digging it. Let me know below if you guys kind of dig this kind of cross between styles. I think it's really fun and definitely something I want to explore more and something I have been playing with, especially in this video as you can see here. I hope you enjoyed today's DIYs for the Twine It Up Challenge. Make sure you check out the playlist and the hosts' channels below. Here's how all three turned out. I absolutely love them and I hope you did too. See you next time. Bye.